Hey everybody, Pastor Sam with your verse of the day for Gospel Gunslingers. The main square is still closed, but we got these little squares round about, so we still got a little bit of commerce going on. We got some rain coming in. For those of you who are new to the verse of the day on Twitter, I adjusted the time to fit in 2 Twitter videos, 2 minutes and 20 seconds. And so they'll be linked together, but you got to watch them both, or sometimes you won't even get the verse. It kind of defeats the purpose. You just see me standing around in some beautiful place. So we're talking about the spirit of a nation and of a generation today. You know, everybody knows that right after you get done with your exercise program and you lost a bunch of weight, that's when you got to be real careful to not gain back even more. That's when we have to be double sure to defeat the spirit of the thing that was causing the problem in the first place. So Jesus actually talked about this, and you know, so often we don't read the Bible correctly. We've actually been taught to do it wrong. So a lot of times the Bible will use a natural example, some natural wisdom that everybody knows, and then it will teach a spiritual principle, and everybody just goes about 20 pretty girls walk by, teenagers, and the boys are whistling behind me. Oh, it made everybody's day. You know, when Richard Wurmbrand was in prison, they would think of beautiful things to put their mind on, and one of them was, somewhere a boy liked a girl and wanted to date her. And when he was in the Gulag in the Soviet Union, they actually would think on such things, and then all night long, he and the other believers would pray and intercede for the church around the world, the believers around the world. And I think that they got a lot done, and eventually God broke it open. Of course, we gospel gunslingers, we're a little bit more aggressive about that. We pray different now. Like the old preacher in the hood said, to have barbed wire on top of his church. God save him or kill him. I'm praying different now. So let's get on with our verse as we're getting to the 2 minute and 20 second point. We're in the 12th chapter of the book of Matthew. And here the Lord Jesus is talking. We've addressed some of these verses. He talks about the Queen of the South. And then in 43 he says, when the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places seeking rest and findeth none. Then he saith, I will return into my house from whence I came out. And when he's come, he findeth it empty and swept and garnished. Verse 45, then goeth he and taketh with himself 7 other spirits more wicked than himself, and they enter in and dwell there. And the last state of that man is worse than the first. All right, now I didn't finish the whole verse in 45, which is actually the verse of the day, but this is what everybody talks about. See, there's devils. See, you have to cast them out from time to time, and then when you cast them out, you got to be careful because they'll try to come back. Okay, all of that is understood. All of that is understood by all jungle people and people in the ancient world. You know, I teach about supernatural, and it rubs a lot of people wrong. This is my world, you know. Hey, I've lived in the jungle, I've lived in the desert, I've confronted sorcerers beyond counting. It's just the reality. I'm sorry if that hurts people's feelings. But Jesus teaches a lesson about the age in this. And verse 45 continues, the last sentence of it is, even so shall it be also unto this wicked generation. So he's saying that the generation where he came into the earth and the kingdom drew nigh unto Israel and the world, when they rejected that, when the world rejected him, when he came to his own and his own knew him not, that's when a very, very dark spirit came on the world. I was watching an excellent documentary, Contraland, by Craig Sawyer, the Saw Man, and the Veterans for Child Rescue. Take a peek at it if you get a chance. It's a very good documentary about the status of child kidnapping and sex trafficking in the United States of America. And the Saw Man, part of the documentary, go watch it at contralandmovie.com. Part of what the Saw Man said was he was putting together how our nation came to this point. Well, a lot of it had to do with the rejection of the tent revivals of the 1940s and 50s. And after we won World War II, after we pushed back totalitarianism and communism, once we did that, we were complacent, and 7 spirits more wicked entered in.